Hey everybody, Fallout here, and today we're going to talk a little bit about Year 3 chest armor perks. Basically, the numbers behind each of them and which is the best overall perk for use in PvP. So the perks we're going to be looking at on our chest armor are the ones that can pop up in the far right column over here, and we'll be looking at 3 specifically. Void Arc Solar Recovery, Void Arc Solar Armor, and Mortal Medicine. Now you may be wondering, well, isn't there another perk, Void Arc and Solar Defense? Yeah, there is, but that perk isn't in the running because it doesn't actually do anything for you in PvP. Reduced incoming burn damage is PvE, so if you're rolling into the Crucible, don't put that perk on. Okay, back to the other perks. Let's kick it off with Void Arc Solar Recovery, which increases recovery for 5 seconds after taking splash damage from that particular element. I know a good number of people who use this because they claim it's a big help in recovering quicker from things like grenade damage. So I tested the recovery times across every level of recovery on a couple of the more popular PvP grenades. Before we get into the numbers, I gotta make something clear. From what I can tell, the difference in recovery times is very dependent on the type of grenade that you get hit with. I have a theory on why, and I'll get to that in a minute. First, let's look at the numbers on recovery when getting hit by a skip grenade. On the left, we have regular recovery time, starting at the frame when your health bar is at the lowest, and on the right, we have recovery time when boosted by the Arc Recovery chest perk. Overall, the perk doesn't really help a ton. The average amount of time shaved off your total recovery, hovering just around 3/4 of 1 second. Okay, now take a look at the difference in recovery time when getting hit by a Titan lightning grenade. The extra recovery speed is basically non-existent. Yes, I'm sure, and yes, I know it's weird. Here's the comparison to show you I'm not just pulling your leg. See? Like I said, it's different depending on the grenade. Something that may explain this is that some grenades simply do more damage than others, which affects your recovery time. Or hey, maybe the perk is bugged on the lightning grenade, who the hell knows. Anyway, lightning grenades hit pretty hard, and the harder your guardian gets damaged, the further into the red health you get. Because the refreshment recovery perk only lasts for 5 seconds, it can sometimes wear off completely before you've even managed to get out of red health. Which is actually the main reason why the Void Arc Solar Recovery Armor perk works a little better if your guardian is already running high recovery. Take a look at the recovery comparisons when getting hit by an Axion Bolt grenade. The numbers are a little closer to the skip grenade numbers, except they get a little bit better when you get to the high end of the recovery scale. While this perk can help out occasionally, at best you're looking at maybe around a 1 second overall recovery improvement depending on what grenade it is you're getting hit by. 1 second could mean all the difference in the world, or it might not help you at all. Let's move on for now and get back to that later. Next up, we have Void Arc Solar Armor, which gives you an additional +1 armor for your subclass. This is pretty straightforward. Having even 1 extra armor could potentially mean the difference between living and dying from 1 headshot and 2 body shots from an IS Luna, or even living or dying through something like a shoulder charge. If you haven't seen my master video on everything about armor, then check the link in the video description. Having a little extra armor in Destiny is basically never a bad thing. Finally, we come to Mortal Medicine, which is a unique chest armor perk found on Wrath of the Machine raid gear. With this, you gain a boost to recovery per grenade kill. The effect can stack, and it lasts for 20 seconds. Gain a boost to recovery basically translates to an extra +1 recovery on the scale for getting a kill with your grenade. The cool thing about this perk is that it can stack up to 4 times, and if you get a +4 to an already high recovery, then you can get your health back stupid fast. Unfortunately, unless you only play Mayhem, you're never going to get the +4 bonus in an actual game of PvP, ever. Realistically, you're only going to get the +1 bonus more frequently than anything else. Maybe +2 depending on the game type you're playing and your loadout. The good news about this perk, though, is that the 20-second duration is way better than the 5 seconds offered by Refreshment, and every time you get a new grenade kill in that window, the clock resets back to 20. So, at the end of the day, we gotta weigh the pros and the cons of each chest perk. With Void Arc Solar Recovery, you can potentially get your health back a little faster when being hurt by a grenade, which is good. But the downsides are that the grenade type has to match the element type your armor gives you the bonus for, and the fact that the time shaved off your recovery is going to be, on average, around or just under 1 second. Hey, it could come in handy if you're going into a game of Trials and see that you're about to go up against an entire team of Voidwalkers, all with Axion Bolt. So basically a regular game of Trials. With Mortal Medicine, you can get a small boost to your recovery a few times per game that triggers when you get a grenade kill, which isn't really that hard to do, and lasts for a whole 20 seconds. That's not bad, but in my own opinion, the winner is Void Arc Solar Armor. It's the safest bet. It doesn't require anything specific to trigger the bonus, like getting a kill or getting hit by a specific type of damage. It's always turned on. No time limit, no trigger, nothing. +1 armor might not sound like a huge deal, but even just a little bit extra can make a difference between you living and dying. Again, if you didn't already see it, check the video description for my video on what you can live through at all armor levels in Destiny. If you feel like you really do well using either Refreshment or Mortal Medicine already, then keep rolling with it. I'm just here to get my hands dirty and to give you the information. The choice on what to actually use is always going to be yours. Guys, if you found this video even a little bit helpful, I would be super grateful if you would like and share it, and I'd love you forever if you're here for the first time and would like to subscribe to my channel, or even follow me on Twitch. Hope you learned something, and I'll see you next time.